What if everything you thought you knew about the American music hierarchy changed overnight? The dawn over Los Angeles carried a whisper that quickly became a roar. Suga, the quiet force of BTS fame, had overtaken icons long considered untouchable. Numbers flew across industry dashboards like lightning, each update more unbelievable than the last. Could a single artist from Seoul truly topple decades of American dominance in just a matter of hours? Social feeds erupted as the story spread. Fans who went to sleep expecting an ordinary chart update woke to a digital earthquake. Screenshots of skyrocketing sales flooded timelines, hashtags multiplied in real time, each one louder and more incredulous than the next. Some shouted King Suga, while others asked, is this the end of the old guard? Every refresh of the Billboard tracker felt like a new aftershock. Insiders scrambled for answers. One executive was overheard muttering, this isn't just a spike, it's a takeover. Rumors hinted at a stealth marketing drop, a perfectly timed release that caught competitors off guard. Yet no one could point to a single strategy bold enough to explain the phenomenon. Was it a hidden collaboration? A viral campaign disguised as coincidence? Or was it simply the unstoppable pull of music that speaks to millions across languages and borders? Meanwhile, Suga remained a ghost in the frenzy. No flashy press conferences, no triumphant livestream. Just silence, and the steady hum of a global fanbase propelling him to heights even he might not have imagined. Reporters staked out airports, studios, and rumored hideouts, hoping for a glimpse or a clue. None came. As the hours passed, the questions grew sharper. Could American legends, names synonymous with platinum records and sold-out stadiums, recover from the shock of being outsold so swiftly? Was this a fleeting anomaly or the start of a seismic shift in global music power? The mystery only deepened when whispers emerged of a secret listening session held days earlier in a nondescript Los Angeles loft. Attendees described the new tracks as otherworldly, blending raw emotion with precision production. But no recordings surfaced, no leaks escaped. Was this the hidden spark that ignited the storm? Fans aren't waiting for official answers. They're mobilizing, streaming, and sharing with the urgency of a movement. This isn't just fandom, one trending post declared, this is history. And so the world watches, breath held, as each hour brings new figures, new headlines, new disbelief. Is Suga rewriting not just the charts but the very rules of the industry? The next update could drop any second. Until it does, join the conversation below, drop your reactions, share your theories, and subscribe so you won't miss the next twist in this unprecedented takeover. The city of New York was already buzzing with late-night energy when the first television crawlers began flashing a single name across their screens, Suga. Viewers who tuned in for routine music updates instead found anchors speaking in hurried, breathless voices about sales numbers that seemed to defy every chart in memory. Taxi radios echoed the same refrain, talk show hosts stammered, and club DJs interrupted sets to announce that a quiet genius from South Korea had just unseated America's most celebrated legends in record time. In a cramped midtown apartment, a group of college friends huddled around a laptop, refreshing streaming statistics that jumped like heartbeats. Each new surge in numbers drew gasps and laughter, then silence, as if they were watching history bend in real time. It's like watching a comet you can't catch, one whispered. Outside their window, the city lights flickered as though aware of the seismic shift pulsing through every speaker and smartphone across the Pacific. In Seoul's neon-drenched night, Army fan cafes overflowed with posts that read more like urgent dispatches than casual updates. Messages flew in every language: disbelief, euphoria, frantic speculation. Was there a hidden track still unreleased? A secret collaboration with an American icon about to drop? Fans analyzed each syllable of Suga's recent interviews, searching for clues they might have missed. Every ambiguous phrase became a riddle, every cryptic social media post a potential prophecy. Inside the industry, panic brewed behind polished office doors. Executives who once dismissed international acts as temporary trends convened emergency calls, their voices tight with a mix of awe and dread. Marketing teams scoured spreadsheets for explanations. How could a single release surge past decades-old superstars, many backed by the largest labels in the world? Some muttered about the unstoppable force of global fandoms, others admitted, grudgingly, that Suga's artistry had outpaced their playbooks. Meanwhile, Suga himself remained unseen, a silhouette in the chaos. Rumors swirled: a hidden studio in the Hollywood Hills, a quiet retreat in Busan, a secret flight to Tokyo. Journalists chased phantom leads through airports and recording districts, desperate for even a blurred photo. The artist's silence became its own form of statement, a magnet drawing even more attention. Was he deliberately amplifying the mystery, or simply letting the music speak? As dawn broke over Europe, radio stations from Berlin to Madrid interrupted regular programming with breaking segments on the phenomenon. Listeners called in with voices trembling, some in joy, others in something closer to fear. "It's not just a chart record," said one caller from Paris, "it feels like the world is pivoting toward a new center of sound." The emotional charge around the globe was palpable. Parents watched their children dance in living rooms to the pulsating beats, grandparents hummed along without understanding the lyrics, and musicians of every genre posted public congratulations tinged with curiosity. Could this be the moment that forever erases the borders of pop music? Could Suga's lightning strike usher in an age where language is no barrier to dominance? Social media burned like a meteor shower. Fans flooded comment sections with theories and heart-pounding excitement. "This isn't just music," one post declared, racking up hundreds of thousands of likes in minutes. "This is a revolution. Like, comment, subscribe, because the next update could drop before you even blink." The CTA wasn't a marketing gimmick anymore, it was a rallying cry, an invitation to be part of history. By mid-morning, new numbers confirmed what many had begun to suspect. Suga wasn't merely outselling individual stars, he was outselling entire label rosters combined. Analysts compared the velocity of his rise to a storm front ripping across continents, impossible to contain and devastating in its inevitability. Questions multiplied faster than answers. Was this careful planning, or had the artist tapped into something deeper, a collective hunger for authenticity that no algorithm could predict? By the time morning sunlight spilled across the Pacific, the West Coast was a theater of disbelief. San Francisco coffee shops buzzed with a single topic, commuters scrolled through their phones, eyes widening as each new headline grew more sensational. "Suga shatters US records, again." American music giants left reeling. The city that prides itself on innovation suddenly found its own tech entrepreneurs refreshing music charts instead of stock prices, trying to grasp how an artist from half a world away could ignite such unstoppable momentum. In Chicago, legendary radio host Marcus Kane broke his usual cool when he went live. "I've been doing this for 25 years, he said, voice trembling. Never have I seen numbers climb like this. It's as if the rules of the music business have been rewritten overnight. How is Suga doing this? And more importantly, can anyone catch him?" Listeners phoned in from every corner of the Midwest. One caller from Kansas City shouted, "This is bigger than a tour. It's a takeover." Another from Detroit whispered, "It feels like history is happening and we're all witnesses." Kane leaned into the microphone, asking the question now hanging over the entire country: is this the dawn of a new era where American dominance in pop is officially over? As those words echoed through car stereos, Suga's music surged again, streams multiplying like a digital tide. At universities, professors postponed lectures so students could watch chart updates on giant screens, the atmosphere more like a championship game than a classroom. Professors who once lectured on the economic impact of rock and roll now admitted they might have to rewrite their syllabi to include the Suga shock. Meanwhile, behind closed doors in Los Angeles boardrooms, the mood was darker. Executives who had bet millions on predictable cycles of fame sat in tense silence as graphs on their screens turned into jagged mountain peaks. Some frantically dialed marketing partners, others stared at their phones, their carefully plotted release schedules suddenly irrelevant. "This isn't a trend," one label had muttered to a colleague. "This is a paradigm shift." And still, Suga remained silent. The mystery only intensified when a single anonymous post appeared on a fan forum claiming to have overheard a private listening session of unreleased tracks. The user described melodies that felt like starlight colliding with thunder, lyrics that could break your heart and rebuild it in the same breath. Was this just fan fiction or a glimpse of what Suga still had hidden? The speculation exploded across platforms, each retweet adding fuel to the already raging fire. In Europe, cathedrals of sound reverberated with his beats. From the clubs of Berlin to the cafes of Lisbon, DJs dropped Suga's tracks to cheers that shook the walls. London's famed music critics, often skeptical of global pop trends, published late-night essays calling his rise